All right, guys, what's going on? So we just want to record a quick video, kind of give you a little snippet about what our podcast is going to be about since we finally got all the logistics figured out today. Everything's ready to roll. We're recording first time next week. First Saturday of college football, so it's fantastic to finally be back in the swing of that. So we tweeted out this morning. It was our lock of the day for our betting, and it was Oregon State plus 41 at Ohio State.
Not looking good.
Not looking great, so I'm going to kick it over to Travis. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, first half. We're at halftime on delay right now. First half, Oregon State came out looking awful. Absolute shit. Period, nothing else. Down 28 at the half. Oregon State pulled their QB due to injury. Ohio State pulled their QB. Things are looking up. Have to cover 41-point spread. And the backup for fucking Oregon State doesn't look worth a bag of dicks.
Yeah. Also, important to note, they're down by 28 at halftime, so can't let them score 2 more touchdowns and not put up any more points. So still hope there. A lock of the day isn't ruined yet, so don't distrust our game advice from here on out, because with that being said, we're now going to transition into some other big game lines for today, this afternoon. So the first one, we have another one coming up at 2:30. It is in about, an hour and 15 minutes. We got Auburn against Washington in Atlanta. They're calling it a neutral site game.
Home game.
Home game. It's pretty much a home game for Auburn. Yeah.
-3. Jared Stidham, Heisman hopeful, maybe. Hopefully going to go off against a not amazing Washington defense.
I mean, Washington is a team that is a year removed from going to the playoff, right? They went to the playoff last year.
Yeah.
So they're a year moved.
Washington.
Yeah, they're a year moved. They have to travel from Seattle all the way to Atlanta. That's a long-ass plane ride. And they're also without their one of their main starting linebackers. So I'm with Travis. I'm hammering Auburn all day, -3. I think
Stidham throws for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns at least. Maybe 3 with a pick. We'll see. We'll see how active they are in the passing game without
Kerryon Johnson, their running back, who went to Detroit, ran all over fucking Mizzou last year. We watched him do that in person. So that kind of was sucked. But I'm with him. We're both on Auburn -3. I think Auburn will
take it.
Hammer it. I think Auburn actually will end up winning by a couple of touchdowns, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. Alabama.
Michigan. Next one's Michigan, Notre Dame. Michigan, Notre Dame play at 6:30. Michigan is at Notre Dame. The line on Bovada. Now, just to be clear, we always use lines from Bovada. That's the betting website that we always use. So the line on Bovada is -3. A lot of other people are thinking that it's -1, but the line on Bovada is -3 Michigan. So with that being said, that's the line we're going to play. I'll let Travis go ahead and ramble off with
Michigan -3. I would take Michigan all day. Shea Patterson coming from Ole Miss. I don't know. Way better than Wilton Spate. I think he'll be able to pass all over Notre Dame. I don't know. I always think Notre Dame's overrated going into the year. Every year.
Same thing. I kind of had the same notes. They have that transfer from Ole Miss. Shea Patterson is a definite upgrade from Wilson Spate, who transferred to UCLA. Notre Dame always finds a way to blow shit. Like, even when they're good or when they go to the national title game, like they did against Alabama, got smacked like 42-10 or something like that. Michigan always finds a way to fumble things away. Give me Michigan all day. I think they win by 10 points.
Michigan 24-14.
10 points.
Under the spread.
Reading each other's minds.
Under the over-under, which is, I think, 43.
I don't gamble over-unders a lot. That's more him. That's more his thing. I'm more of a spread
Take
guy.
the under, Michigan -3. There it is.
Next game is the last big game today. We just wanted to highlight a couple of big games. It's Bama -24.5 against Louisville. Again, this is a neutral site game in Orlando.
Louisville coming out without Lamar Jackson. Their new quarterback passed last name, coincidentally. Nick Saban recruited him heavily coming out of high school. He chose Louisville over Alabama. Said he's the next Cam Newton. So
that's what Saban said about him.
Beat him by 25 points will be a bit of a stretch. I bet he comes out firing on all cylinders. Bama wins no more than 17 points.
So I thought this would be the only game that Travis and I were going to disagree on. I thought for sure Travis would take Bama all day. But, again, a 24.5 spread is a lot to do, a lot to cover no matter who you are. So I am, again, going to take Louisville. But I'm going to go the exact opposite. I think this is going to be a game where I could see Bama winning like 24-7 or like even 21-0 because that Bama defense is just so stout and always is stout. Bama never scores a lot of points, so to bet them in a 24.5 spread is dumb.
I said Bama 17. 24-7 is 17-point win.
Okay, well,
look at that.
Still,
anyway, Bama wins.
Not by 24, not covering spread. Bet Louisville. Wouldn't call it a lock, but again, our lock of the day might be total dog shit. So, those are the big 3 games we have coming up, and kind of what we think about them as far as gambling is concerned. We might dab a little bit depending on how this game goes. We bet them earlier. And now we're going to shift gears. Some big news broke this morning. Got it on my phone first thing. Khalil Mack didn't like it in Oakland for some reason.
He liked it.
John Gruden wanted to get rid of him. I don't think him and John Gruden got along.
Apparently, Khalil Mack and John Gruden didn't speak for the first few months.
Yeah, so they traded him. Anyway, the trade came through. Details are still being leaked to the media, but what we do know for certain is that Chicago at least gave up 2 first-round picks for Khalil Mack. So basically, what I think about that is I think Chicago reached.
Big reach. Chicago's defense is going to be rather good. They have a good secondary. Their D-line is not the best.
They still have Kyle Fuller?
Yes, they have Kyle Fuller, Prince.
Mukamura, yeah.
Roquan Smith, Khalil
Rookie
Mack.
out of Georgia, Roquan Smith, that we wanted the Dolphins to get really bad, but he got picked a couple picks beforehand. Going to be a stud. So they're going to have a beast.
Good defense. You're not going to win many games with Mitch Trubisky under center. That's about.
So we think it is currently a good – it's a good trade. It's a good fit for Chicago. They reached – Khalil Mack's 27. So you gave up 2 first-round picks.
27?
Yeah. He's 27. You gave up 2 first-round – he went to Buffalo. He played 4 years at Buffalo, so he came in the league at 22. He went to the University of Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
So, you gave up 2 first-round picks for a guy that's 27 years old. That's still – you're going to get a quality 3-4 years out of him, but – and I've also read that they're going to work on an extension. So, but anyway, with that being said, our kind of thought process was we think Chicago
NFC North
got better, but they reached bad.
NFC North is going to be a shit show as far
as
they're just going to beat the shit out of each other.
So we're kicking around. Is the NFC North the best division in football?
NFC is one of the best divisions in football.
NFC North.
The one I said.
You should have said the NFC. The NFC is stacked this year, but we think the NFC North is probably going to be one of the best divisions in football.
They're going to have – Chicago's going to be, I think, the worst out of 4.
Well, I can still see Chicago winning 6 games.
Chicago wins 6 games. But, then again, I don't see the Packers, who are going to be the best, winning more than 10 games. It's going to be all between 6 to 10.
I don't know about that. But the thing is, they all have played each other twice. So, you get Aaron Rodgers, who can always score. My computer's went black. Aaron Rodgers, who has total command of the offense. Matt Stafford always has the ability to put up points even when he throws 4 picks a game.
Got Kirk Cousins coming into Minnesota.
Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph.
So it's going to be a battle between the Packers and the Vikings. Lions will throw that Thanksgiving Day game in there somewhere. I don't know who they play on Thanksgiving Day this year, but
basically we just kind of wanted
division.
We just want to talk about the Khalil Mack trade and how that could be one of the best divisions in football. We're going to wrap up today. We just want to shoot this quick video about this is kind of how our podcast will be. We'll drink, we'll talk. We'll have segments, so it's not going to be kind of random like this. But on next week, we will talk about the NFL. We'll each give our division winners and our MVP selections and our Super Bowl winners in one of our segments. So give us a follow on Twitter at two drunk brothers. We'll be putting out weekly podcasts. We tweeting out locks.
Throwing out our locks of the day in most games. Football, baseball.
More football.
More football, but some baseball games they're locks. You got the wild card race coming up or the playoff race coming up. NFL starts next week. Got a bunch of fantasy shit coming up on board. A bunch of stuff to look forward to. So
smash that follow button for sure.
Hit the follow, retweet, share it with your friends. We want to get as much traction as possible. So if you're interested, we will see you guys next week.
Peace.